They're going to be bitter rivals. $10,000 increase on this game. The winner will be guaranteed 20K. And also moving one step closer to the grand finals for Rebel Painter. Stokes already confirmed his spot at the FEWC 2019 finals.
And he's got a huge chance as well to even climb up that list of players that have qualified for the FIFA E World Cup. We've got 2 spots left. You join us here for day 3 of the FIFA 19 Global Series playoffs live in Hamburg. Quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then that big final, which could literally change people's seasons if they get there. You've seen all the implications. If this person wins, if this person does that, you've just got to take it game per game. At the moment, you can see Painter in that Liverpool kit from right to left. He's hitting 29th in the Global Series rankings. You've seen how he needs to get to the grand final, has to get to the final.
Needs a top 2 finish to move anywhere close to that top 16 into the promised land.
It's an early mistake from him. Edem Letao, he's in at left back. Of course, another centre-back by trade, pushed out to full-back. Number of pros happy to support that move as well. Stokes registered 11 goals in the last game we saw him on stream yesterday, and he's going to keep scoring goals as well. Just 9 minutes in, he will register his first one.
This is worst possible situation for Painter, not only because he's conceded early, but he's not a free-flowing attacking player. He's very good defensively. He's not been scoring freely in this tournament. That's just the facts about it. And being 1-0 down inside 10 minutes against Stokes, who has been firing on all cylinders in the attacking third, could spell trouble.
You perfectly mentioned it as well. They both actually played in Swiss back in day number 1, which was a round 6 matchup. Stokes won that. That sent him through to the knockouts. 4-3 win. That was their end-to-end game. Obviously, we can see that Painter can score goals in Swiss, but in the knockouts, he hasn't scored. He hasn't scored many at all.
He's been getting over the line, which can be a good mental boost as well when you're taking it to the wire and you're still getting past. Sometimes you feel, look, this is just my tournament. I'm riding my luck and it's paying off for me.
Danny Da Costa now into Kylian Mbappe. Nearly just latched onto that again.
They did match up in FUT Champs Cup in Gfinity as well, and Tom Stokes did win on that occasion also. 6 goals to 4. There's some good finishers in London. Has Tom Stokes, a top 4 semi-final where he lost to Tex. And also another semi-final, an LQE in March.
He's definitely been a player that has been in that conversation all season long. One of the veterans in competitive FIFA. Kind of left the esports space, came back into it when he saw the Global Series come together as one. And for the 3rd year running, he wanted to get involved in this tournament. We saw him, as we said, back in October, the first tournament of the year. There wasn't even linked to the FIFA 19 Global Series. It's a free kick here for Painter now. We'll continue to talk about Stokes after this one comes in. 21 yards out, played short to Ronaldo. He fake shots it into a shot. And that's not going to trouble Van der Sar.
No real conviction on the strike. Didn't time it. Straight at the goalkeeper from the edge of the box. Looking at Painter's season, it's been a little bit up and down. His main result really coming in Atlanta, where he did out of Swiss and finished top 16, losing to Kurt in the knockouts.
Obviously not forgetting Kurt, still in the tournament. He has to win today to potentially create one of the biggest stories we've seen.
It'd be a miracle.
In competitive FIFA
miracle
this year. Came in at 55th on those Global Series rankings. You've already cliched it already, Richard. It's just if he can do it. He's up against the very best in F2 Tex. And that game will be coming up a little bit later today. You can see Rebel by both of their names. You're wondering why. They both play for the same team. That's exactly why. Vieira on the edge, chips up to Ronaldo just over the bar.
It's gone absolutely through him there, just in the box as well, just as that shot came in.
It's a warning sign, though. We've been calling for it for the games that we've been able to watch of Painter. At times, he just seems too happy to keep possession and not really do anything with it. I think it took him 80 minutes one game to really create the perfect chance for him. But when he's in those areas, he really can be deadly. Here's Stokes again now. We know how many goals this man can score, and he's going to do it again.
So good inside the boxes, Stokes. He knows exactly what to do in every situation. I feel like inside the box, he's got a real mastery of the La Croqueta. He knows where to shoot and where to take that extra touch. You saw the Croqueta. Some players will shoot straight out of that. He thought, no, I can take another touch here. And his diversity in shooting as well. One of the only players that I've really seen incorporate the low-driven finesse into his game. With the timing of it being greener as well. I was watching him down in the players' lounge downstairs, where the players were warming up this morning. Everyone were playing against each other in warm-up, so one player who wasn't, Tom Stokes, here in skill games.
It's definitely an interesting talking point. I saw Dax do it just 2 days ago. Stokes again, oh wow. And he'll score again as well. He did it perfectly. Just the different ways he's using his finishing in the final third. He's obviously taken a finesse in the last goal. That one, just slow driven, get yourself over it. Time it green, everything's timed green, everything's timed perfectly from him. And if you're doing that in the right area, it's going to fly into the back of the net.
He's also a shoes-off player, from what I can see there. All about being comfortable.
Be comfortable. He's on the main stage, Richard. Be very comfortable in such a big match for him. If he does win this as well, he will actually jump up into 9th on the Global Series rankings. He'll be challenging Mike to take over his spot. And it will be Ajax Danny next in that list, if he can go further in the competition. You wonder why I'm talking about that. Yes, he's already at the World Cup final. The higher you place, the better seed you'll be going into that tournament.
Yeah, the way that the seeding is, you see Vieira coming off early doors there. For Painter, 3-0 down inside the opening 40 minutes in this first leg. Luka Modric coming on.
Pull it into R9. Needs something, Painter now. 3 goals down within the first half. Not the second half or the second leg. Rushed it there slightly with Hullet, and Painter will happily pick that one up.
This could get away very, very quickly from him. It's
one of those, though. If you're going to go 3 or 4-0 down, you're naturally going to lose your head. Mentally, you're not going to be feeling up for it. That's why he has to score the next goal. He has to. Remember that game we saw yesterday?
He's in. Oh,
that
he's just taking the
round of 16 game against Fenomeno. What did Fenomeno do? He was always leading that game, making Stokes chase him, making him reply every single time. And it got to a point where Stokes had to score that next goal, had to go in front. He did go up by 2 goals. In the end, 11-9 winner, a 20-match thriller in the round of 16.
A crazy, crazy game of FIFA. We've had a few unbelievable matchups here in Hamburg.
Added time of just 2 minutes. Van Dijk will out-muscle Cristiano Ronaldo. And with just seconds left, will the referee play out this attack? He will indeed. R9 is going to look for a cross, and it's going to be easily read there by Danny Da Costa. Into the half-time interval. It is all Rebel Stokes at the moment.
Perfect 45 minutes of FIFA right there from Stokes. 3-0 up. No real defensive frailties in that first half either. Painter not really offering that much. He's had a couple of shots, but nothing to write home about for him. For Stokes, I think that was one of the big things that he came out of the phenomenal game with when we were talking to Kyle Walker over in the Cube. It was the defensiveness. Yeah, I'm scoring goals, but defensively, I need to improve. It seems as though he has improved. He's been warming up. He's been getting the games in overnight. He's coming into this first match fresh.
And he's also coming into this game with the fact that he has beaten his teammate already in this tournament. That was in the Swiss rounds. Round 6 it was, to book himself a spot in the knockouts. A 4-3 win. We're yet to see that attacking play out of Painter yet. This could be his chance now to do so, and he will. That's the start for him. Kylian Mbappe will be the goal scorer. Did time it green and needs to do a lot more of that.
Yeah, just after half-time coming out, Painter not letting Stokes even have a kick of the ball from kickoff. Hitting him hard through the gap in between Van Dijk and Ruud Gullit. And Kylian Mbappe potentially starting what looks to be a comeback for Painter.
It took him 49 minutes to get something green, something on target. And that time, Went straight into the back of the net, as you said, through both Ruud Gullit and Van Dijk. They could even get a deflection on it, or could the keeper? How will Stokes reply? Still 2 goals in front. We have got a second leg to come in this catch. Havertz into Gullit. And that's exactly how he reacts. Straight from the word go. Havertz doing Havert-like things. Faked to go down the byline, came back inside, and who was waiting? Ruud Gullit. He doesn't mind. He's on for a hat-trick in this game.
Yeah, hitting him straight away is Tom Stokes. 53 on the clock, re-establishing that 3-goal lead in this quarter-final tie. I think a lot of people, Tom Stokes is one of the players that people forget about almost, how good he actually is, because he's not maybe as vocal as other people on Twitter. Because sometimes he'll go to an event and go out early rounds in knockouts. He's not always at every single event as well. But when he's playing at this level...
There you go, Virgil van Dijk. That was very interesting indeed. You could just see Stokes there shaking his head. Wow, if that flew into the back of the net. The Dutchman trying an acrobatic finish. I think you're right, though. I remember, as you said, back in that Gfinity tournament, which they actually did face each other, Stokes was playing against Asari. He was playing against some fantastic Xbox players who are already in the World Cup final. And he wasn't just beating them, he was destroying a lot of them.
Yeah, by 3, 4, 5 goals.
Cristiano Ronaldo for Painter. Finds himself 3 goals down still. Tried the fancy pass round the corner from R9. There's Mbappe making the run off him, but quite a risky pass to make. It was easily read by Tom Stokes, who has not put a foot wrong in this match. Gullit's been involved in every single attack, showed exactly what he can do in the final third. As I said, he's on for a hat-trick. Could it be another one for him?
Ooh, Dumfries.
A few players do that. Get into the box, then try and pull away from your man. People are giving away penalties where they've been naturally aggressive.
You see how high Eder Militao tried winning that ball back there. Pulled way, way out of position again. Tracking all the way back with him. That means Van Dijk needs to come out from centre-back to cover left-back, and then that's where the holes start to appear.
Just a little bit struggling on the left-hand side, R9. Danny Da Costa's out of position now, massively out of position. Doesn't seem like he wants to get back in position either. Flicks up, R9 into the box. Ronaldo will be there. Ronaldo's always going to be winning that one.
Yeah, the inevitable. Ronaldo at the back post, Ferland Mendy. Sometimes when you've got somebody there and that ball gets flicked up and that cross comes in, there's no point even having a left back there. Ronaldo's always going to win that header. Always going to win that header.
It's like as soon as that cross goes up, he's like, where's Ronaldo? Where's Ronaldo? Where's Ronaldo? Who's marking him? And of course, naturally,
he hangs in the air. He not only jumps, but he hangs over the defender.
So good. That seam in the Ivarium. So many special foot items every single year for Cristiano Ronaldo. Such a big part of competitive FIFA in every single player's teams. Goal back though for Painter. Had to look for that cross to work out for him, and it did come originally from Danny Da Costa, just pulling himself out of position. Luka Modric is making that run. It's a chance now for Mbappe, must finish it, and he's taken that really well too. He could have easily just snatched to the shot, took an extra few seconds on it to wait for the goalkeeper just to shift slightly to the right-hand side. And it's a simple finesse in the end into the roof of the net.
Yeah, the build-up to that, really, really nice from Painter. A few passes in and around the box, and not only side to side, but forward. That was one of the things that we're talking about, Painter. Often it's side to side, it's backwards, it's not really cutting through players. Right there, it was direct, straight through the middle of the pitch. Modric, really good substitution for him. Getting Vieira off, get Modric on. That attacking player who can drive forward from centre defensive midfield. And you can see Stokes is ready to play. Paint a little drink there, compose yourself. You got yourself back into the game.
That's how competitive FIFA can swing, can't it? You can be the most confident man in the world. He was 3 goals up on 2 occasions for Tom Stokes. Now he's only 1 goal up with what, about 20 minutes or so left in this game. It just shows as well, Painter is still in this tie. We've still got a second leg in front of us. They've actually just matched their round 6 Swiss score, which was over 2 legs, a 4-3 win for Stokes. We're seeing it in the first leg.
Expecting the low driven across him. Painter just took that extra touch. Didn't have to time it, just finesse, simple into the open goal, you got to say, and a couple more changes coming on there. I think I saw Messi. Is that coming on for Stokes? For, I should say, Painter. Eden Hazard, Modric introduced.
Messi introduced as well. Can he make the all-important difference for Painter?
I think what Stokes has just done is brought Havertz onto CDM and he's put Hullet into left-back. He could see that Ferland and Mendy were getting exposed at left-back, and I think he's just put Hullet there.
We saw that change happen yesterday as well. We'll talk about after this attack comes in from Hazard off the post on the rebound. Keeper could do nothing about it as well. He knew he got slightly fortunate with the position and the players. It just rocketed off the post, through the legs of Danny Da Costa, off the post. Van der Sar couldn't even react. But lucky enough here, that team of the season, Havertz, was there just to tap it into the back of the net.
Very unfortunate ricochet off the post, straight into Havertz's feet. Right place, right time. But you can just see Hullet at the bottom of your pitch there, next to Van Dijk.
As I was saying, though, yesterday, someone actually brought off Mendy 11 minutes into a game after going 1-0 up. And actually replaced him with Danny Da Costa at left back, used Dumfries at right back. It's something we always seem to be talking about. The left back, the right back, the full backs in every single pros teams. A little flick up there for Painter. He could have easily looked to maybe finesse that with Cristiano Ronaldo. We've seen those that have been time green just fly into the back of the net.
I know, talking to you before this game started, Brandon, I said it's either going to be sort of like a 0-0 or 1-0 sort of game. Each player cancel each other out at every opportunity, or we're going to see goals, and a lot of goals. And we've got a 5-3 in the first leg. That's the sort of scoreline that you see after 2 legs. We've definitely gone down Stokes more.
Yeah.
Sort of style of matchup that we've seen here in Hamburg, rather than Painter, which have been narrow 2-1 victories in the knockouts.
Well, the great thing is as well, we still have a second leg, so we might even be able to see a bit more of that Painter-esque play stuff. He can get a goal now as well. That would be brilliant. 2 players went down. Referee said no thank you. Ronaldo's there as well. Take the touch. Falls back to R9. He needs that. He needed that.
Very, very fortunate. Couple of deflections inside the box.
Well, he did get that chance that ricocheted off the post. Did Stokes. It's a tapping for him. Lucky enough.
R9 clinical inside the box when it fell to him. Cristiano Ronaldo just bundling his way through. Deflected back off the defender. Ronaldo on the second time of asking, got the ball through to R9, and 5-4 the scoreline, perfectly poised for this second leg.
Just waiting for the referee's full-time whistle. There it is. And it will be the slightest of leads for Stokes at the halfway interval as we head into that second leg. And of course, what a match it has been in our first quarter-final of the day in Hamburg, which is going to be a fantastic day of competitive FIFA. We've waited all season for this one. We had yesterday, or the day before, we had day 1 of the competition, 7 rounds of Swiss. Yesterday was only round 32 and 16, which certainly did deliver, and this is where the real prize money starts to come in today. Yeah,
100%, and in this quarter-final, we've seen already tight matchups in this first leg. Let's have a look at the highlights from that first leg in this all-rebel clash between Stokes and Painter. It was Stokes getting us underway early doors inside the first 10. Little La Croqueta on the edge of the box. Ronaldo not going to be making any mistakes from there.
And it was kind of one-way traffic for Tom Stokes. He kept the pressure going. Ruud Gullit showing exactly what he can do. Croqueta away from his man. Actually, a Croqueta away from Ruud Gullit and just tucked it past the oncoming defender there of Rafael Varane.
And Stokes, yet again, opening up his body. Low driven past the goalkeeper from just inside the box that were 3-0, and we thought that Stokes were going to kick on and maybe we're in for a little bit of a rout, but Painter in this second half turned on the goals.
We asked for a reaction at half-time. Didn't really create anything in that first half. Just 3 minutes after, he was able to reply. And then this was lovely. This was Havertz. He got down the left-hand side. Maybe faked to go down the byline, tapped it back into Hullet, and by that time, he was on for a hat-trick as well.
Yeah, 100%, but yet again, Painter answering back, 20 minutes left. We still had a lot more goals to come in this quarter-final. Back post cross, Ronaldo getting above his man, and that was sort of the change where Phil and Mendy had to be brought off. You see, maybe at fault for that goal as well, not tucking inside enough next to his other centre-back.
And this was the chance that did ricochet off the post. Lucky enough, Havertz was in the right place at the right time. He timed it green anyway, so it was always going to be going in if it wasn't an open goal. Van der Sar could not get back in his net. He knew he was slightly fortunate, and lucky enough for Painter, he got his opportunity. Yeah, look, actually really helped square the game up a little bit.
Look, going both ways. You had the deflection from Stokes' goal in that 5th goal, and then on Painter's side, that 4th goal. Very, very fortunate. You can see Stokes there with a little tweet. Despite my defenders forgetting they've got a game to play, I've made it into the final 8. More games tomorrow. At FC Rebel Tweets. At FC Rebel Esports.
Well, the thing is, for the first half, they were there. They were ready for it. It was in the second half they just seemed to switch off just a little, especially that Mbappe goal where someone pulled out of position, and it was just a little bit of goalkeeper movement there from Stokes. Opened up the goal, and it was an easy finish in the end for Painter. Head into this second leg now, Richard. Only 1 goal between the two. We know what's up for grabs more than anything for Painter. An extra $10,000. It's not even about the money at this stage. It's about the points for Painter. If he wins this game and then wins his semi-final matchup, on paper, he is guaranteed to get himself into the FIFA World Cup.
Has to make the final.
One of those 16 spots. He could get one of those 16 spots, and it potentially could be another fairy tale story, which is exactly what we want to create here in competitive FIFA.
Yeah, simply has to make the final, does Painter. Anything other than a top 2 finish isn't good enough to get a top 16 spot. After this, playoffs has come to a finish. We're getting into the second leg in no time at all in this Rebel FC clash. You see the both players starting lineups there looks pretty similar. One player deciding to go Edem Militao, one player deciding to go with Dumfries as a fullback. I'd be interested to see, does Phil and Mendy come off ASAP?
It's a sub-wasted though. Is it not a sub-wasted that early on?
It might be a sub-waste, but also it's a sub needed, in my opinion, if you're playing against somebody who recognises that Mendy is just simply not good enough in the defensive aspect aerially. I'd be getting off straight away. I'd be either putting Varane over to left back, or whether you pull Hullet back into that position. I saw a few players tempted by the 93 Gareth Bale at left back. Aerially, very, very solid.
You can also offer that little bit of attack as well to his play if you need him to bomb on down those flanks as the match.
The other question you ask yourself as well is, going forward, how often do you see your left-back score a goal or even involved in attacks? Most of the time, you've got your full-backs on step-out or attacking.
Yeah, it never happens. It never seems to happen. Ball all the way across the box to R9, and wow!
Great strike, to be
fair.
fair.
No reaction at all from Painter. That's one way to start your second leg. We're all square. 5-5 on the volley. And Core, he hit that sweet.
R9. Sweet as a nut. Smashing that past the goalkeeper. Not often do you see somebody hit something like that without taking a touch and just on that weak foot.
It's the quality.
That's 97 out of 9 for you.
That's why he's so involved in all of these tournaments. Back to Bucharest. He was there a number of months on, still involved in Germany, in which these matches are coming from. Hamburg, 3 days of action, and this is our final day. 5-5 the scoreline. Painter, 3 goals behind, not on once or 2 occasions. Oh my God.
Oh,
A
Neymar.
showboat session from Painter. Tried to get one on the...
Did he take it off Ronaldo, though? That's a question.
Then.
As that came in, were Ronaldo making that run in the middle of the box?
He's got to be wary of that. Stokes. He's going to look to favour that cross if he can get in those areas. It's how you try and match up your opponent. Back to goal now for Neymar. Drag back, maybe into the finish as well. Ronaldo goes down. No, that was going to be a foul the other way.
Don't know what the referee's seen there.
He saw apparently it was a body check the other way. Painter, though, he's learnt from that last game. He needs to start well.
Now you're at a 5-5 and a level game as well. Painter can sort of slow the game down a little bit. Play that possession.
And we haven't seen him do that because he's always been chasing the game. He's always been chasing the game in that first leg. He hasn't been able to keep possession at any point and try and build into the game as he would like to. Maybe we'll actually get to see that now. Maldini in at centre-back for Stokes. One of the few icon defenders still backed week after week, tournament after tournament. Painter felt penalised there. And that free kick. The ball disperses, only Hullet standing there. Is he going to just look to dink that into the box? You can just see him controlling R9.
Ronaldo, CR7.
And CR7 with a looping header.
Yeah, it's just not enough on the cross, really. With crosses like that, it's got to be quite a whipped one. It's got to be quite a powerful cross. You tend to see Ronaldo pulled more towards the back of the box, and then that header diagonally across the goalkeeper seems to be the best sort of course of action if you're not going to play it short and look for a better move into the box.
It is what you do there, isn't it? Because you're not going to shoot from that far out. You either play it short or you take that risk and chip it into the box where you see the success rate of crosses. You know how good Cristiano Ronaldo is in the air. You know how good R9 is in the air.
Van Dijk.
If need be. And for once, within these two legs, Painter very aggressive. Not letting Stokes play, which is important.
And these are the sort of fouls that you don't mind giving away. They're too far out to really cause you that much danger unless you get a big Cristiano Ronaldo header on the ball.
Well, here's another perfect example of a free kick from distance. This one's 39 yards out.
So you see he's flicked onto Ronaldo again, and now he's pulling him into that back post area.
It's going to be Ronaldo that does win it in the air, and there's a perfect example for it. What do you do from that distance? Just personally controlled Cristiano Ronaldo just to kind of peel off his runner, sit on the edge of the box, and it was dinked perfectly, timed perfectly. The height of the ball, and you said it perfectly, hangs in the air. He hangs in the air, Cristiano Ronaldo.
If you rewind about 45 seconds in the stream, I'll describe that goal right there that just got scored. You pull him towards the back post, and you head it diagonally across the goalkeeper. 9 times out of 10, it's going in.
On that occasion, it has worked very well for Rebel Stokes. He will go back in the lead now, 6-5. I expect to see Painter come forward and try and chase this game again. He started so well in the first 20 minutes.
Great game, though. No, both of these two players going at it.
Certainly hasn't been a boring quarter-final.
Crazy header. Crazy header.
Trying to battle with Cristiano Ronaldo in the air. If anything, it's always a losing battle. As soon as you leap up
Goal for the visitors, number 7.
Against Cristiano Ronaldo. Once again, he'll score. It's if Stokes can build upon this lead now. Seems a lot more comfortable when he can get 2 or 3 passes to opponents. Try and sit on that.
I think just as that goal went in, Stokes straight into the pause menu. And it looks like Rafa Varane has been introduced onto the pitch as his out-and-out left-back.
So that's Mendy off.
Yep.
Why would you think a pro starts for 25 minutes then? Is it just...
For the chemistry, I think, a little bit. And also for the fact that going forward, you can use a Mendy or another left-back like that. Because attacking-wise, very good. You're in front now. The job is to defend the lead.
We have seen games end 0-0 or by 1 goal before. Can Rafael Varane be the man Just help secure and solidify this back four.
Interesting that he, last game, put Hullet in that position. He's wanting to keep Hullet centrally right now.
Little dink, Eder Militao. The space on the edge of the box is Vieira there to hit it. He's not going to hit it. Mbappe will instead. Oh, just flashed over the bar.
Just hit first time, wasn't timed green. Interesting that the low driven there, not used.
We scored them before. We've seen him do it. Just maybe slightly rushed that chance. Didn't want to take the shot with Vieira. Of course, not many pros would. Get it onto him. More of an attacking player who's got those finishing stats, such as Cristiano Ronaldo, who seems to be able to do everything. Danny Da Costa, or Dumfries, I should say, on that time.
Riding his look there, Virgil van Dijk. He's a little bit clunky on the ball. That's the one thing really that does let him down.
One of those players, if he does go to his feet, get rid of it straight away.
The customised Neymar rainbow flick there, I should say.
Imagine if he hit that on the volley and it flew into the back of the net. That would certainly be in our goals of the day. Ronaldo into the book for him. We are on the verge of heading into half-time in this second leg. 11 goals have been scored, only 1 goal separating both of these two players still. Painter will get one more chance if he can hold on to this. Just under a minute left. Well intercepted there by Danny Da Costa. Just came inside, stuck out a leg.
I think that's going to be all she wrote for this first half in the second leg, unless referee lets us play out one more attack. But time has been hit. Yeah, that's it now. Out of players. It's one thing, a little tip that if you didn't know, as soon as, for example, if you got 3 added minutes, as soon as you hit 3 minutes, if you've got the ball at your feet, just kick the ball out of play if you're winning and the game's over.
You also sometimes see players just turn back the other way and just kick it long.
Yeah, just straight out of play. As soon as that ball goes out of play, I do it on pro clubs all the time. If I'm winning, I'm 2-1 up. I'm running back to the halfway line, kicking out of play, getting that game over, back in the pre-game lobby, chatting, game over. I'm done.
Yeah, and other times you will naturally just launch the ball up the field 40, 50 yards. And sometimes, you've seen it before, the referee will just play on an extra minute or two, which can be very frustrating, can even cost you a goal. Just see the changes being made there by Painter. 4-1-2-1-2. Not sure will be the formation he'll go into, but it is certainly a game plan.
If you could see potentially the changes that have been made right now. Straight into the game. Probably, yeah, as you said, editing that attacking or that ultra-attacking game plan so he doesn't have to mess about with the certain positions. He can just automatically click the D-pad, switch onto his attacking, and it's set up there for him. Kai Havertz introduced also.
Ronaldo's just peeled off. Paolo Maldini played short into R9, back to goal nearly for Neymar. He just tried to pivot away from the Italian. Spoke about that, man. He's just been subbed on. He's fresh as well. Tried to ball roll it through the legs of Virgil van Dijk.
Big tackle needed to be made there from Van Dijk. So if that ball roll goes through him, he's getting brought down. All or nothing tackle. It's all or nothing for Rebel Painter right now. Has to get back into this game. Otherwise, his season is over. 40 minutes left.
I'm sure the players such as Abinio, Zidane, they'll be watching this stream from somewhere.
Praying for a Stokes win.
I'm just praying that people that have already got a spot for the E-World Cup are knocking out those that are trying to create these incredible stories. These incredible tournament runs that could literally change their season. Currently just sitting in 29th spot on those rankings, Painter. Ronaldo, can he get past his man? Accelerated fake shot into Mbappe, surely, yep. There's a little bit of breathing space for him.
So he had to move the goalkeeper the exact same way that Painter did there as well. You saw most of the time that goes low driven across the goalkeeper, but Stokes is just so clinical in the final third. He knew My opponent's going to move him across. That's what is expected. I'm going to do the unexpected. Shoot near post. Shoot early as well. Slot it past the goalkeeper. And reinstate. A little bit of a divide between these two.
Now Painter must respond straight away. 30 minutes to find 2 goals. To send this into extra time, which is something that Painter is very much used to. Game's going right down to the wire. Penalty shootouts, last-minute drama. And he's just got, as I said, 28 minutes or so to do so. Havertz, there's an option inside. Neymar will be the man, and Neymar will be the scorer as well. He peeled off, he was in space, and lucky enough, Havertz just got his head up, slid it inside, and that is the breathing space that is needed to maybe conclude this matchup.
And it's that all she wrote for Painter. Not only in this game, not only in Hamburg at the playoffs, but potentially in his FIFA 19 campaign. He needs 3 goals to take it to extra time, 4 goals to win this game in additional time.
As we said, he did win in Swiss. And he looks like he's going to be replicating that win again. But this time with $10,000 more up for grabs. Another 180 Global Series ranking points, which, as we said, will move him into 9th. 1 seed up. He'll overtake Dolomic. And he'll look to keep on jumping up that ranking as he'll move into that final. He's looking for more, though. He wants another one. Can he get round the goalkeeper? He's ball rolled round him.
Yeah, lovely ball roll from Hullet there. Just create a little bit of distance between the 2 players, both goalkeeper and attacker. Cristiano Ronaldo back doing the defensive work.
If he switch out wide to Dumfries, he'll link back inside with Virgil van Dijk. R9 into Neymar, play the one more. Wanted to take the shot, happy to take the risk with it. Van der Sar dived low and just parried that away for a corner. 15
minutes for Painter to salvage something out of this game. Are we going to see a masterpiece?
He's had these game plans set up for a while. Is it time to use one?
Created from Painter in this final 15 minutes.
If he hasn't used the game plan yet already before we spoke about it, I'll certainly expect to see one now. Ultra attacking or attacking at least. He's 3 goals behind. 16 minutes left or so. Neymar will come off the field and be changed for Messi.
Coming onto the pitch, number 15.
It's a nice one to the back.
That change will actually be made for Painter.
He's turned him.
Coming off the pitch,
Hazard's rapid.
Hazard introduced. As you said, he's rapid. He just got away from Rafael Varane as well. This could be dangerous. This could be a 4th now. Could it be 9-5? Inside Ronaldo. Great save. Van der Sar on the rebound. Shot comes in. Another save. I mean, he needed that.
Van der Sar keeping Painter's hopes and dreams alive. But is that all they are at this stage?
Vieira this time. That clock is ticking down.
He's in the middle.
Surely that's the chance, and that's the goal as well. Straight into a pause as well. Headset off for Stokes.
He will be moving on to the semi-finals, will Tom Stokes. He knows it's job done. Shoes on. He's had his shoes off for the entire 2 legs.
Let's go back outside and get ready for the semi-final. He's 4 goals up in front, 9-5 on aggregate. And it was a warning sign before. The double save of Van der Sar kept Painter in it just about.
So Painter needs a miracle right now. Who'd you bring on? Divock Origi. Origi is on the pitch for Painter.
And if anything, just a nice touch. If he's ever done anything for him within this FIFA 19 competitive season,
I just want
maybe in a qualifier.
I want an Origi goal.
Can we get an Origi goal? Origi inside. A bit of man to assist the goal. Messi will score it.
9 minutes, 3 goals needed.
Divock Ogorigi turning from substitute to supplier. Into Messi. 9-6 on aggregate. It's a huge job to ask with this little time left. Stokes' experience.
Yeah, he's one of the players that you don't really expect to choke a lead like this, given how much experience he's had in events, in FIFA, even this year, semi-finals, quarterfinals, multiple different stages, different countries, different events. Not his first rodeo.
I look at it as well that Stokes had a 3-goal advantage on 2 occasions in that first leg. He let it slip away from himself. He knew he did. He went back to 5-5 at one point, 4 minutes into the game. The second time when he's in that position, he's not going to let that slip, and he wants to attack and actually score more goals now. Can he seriously find a 10th? Ronaldo from distance, he timed it yellow. That's not going to be troubling the goalkeeper at all. And it looks as if Stokes will be our first semi-finalist going through, and he'll be waiting for either NSC Vinny or Dubsy to join him, which will be another fantastic quarterfinal. That'll be our next one coming up on stream.
Origi.
Just let Origi have a shot. Ronaldo into Messi. He's trying to find him. Back to Origi. Oh. Tackled by his teammate, Virgil van Dijk. Added time at 2 minutes. And it will be officially job done for Tom Stokes. Why not get another goal as well to celebrate the win? If anything, just wants that clock to tick out. It was a dream story for Painter. He kept us guessing for quite a long time, but unfortunately at the quarterfinals, that is the end of his tournament and his FIFA 19 competitive season. He will still sit in 29th spot. On the other side of that, Stokes, he's already at the grand finals, Richard. He's jumped up a spot.
Stokes.